Hi. I got another one of those lovely triangle boxes today, and I'm going to be seeing how this records on my new phone. So this is from Spiritdancer Flutes. I had heard a friend of mine on Facebook playing one of his flutes, and I decided that it was something that was of great interest to me. And so I started a little conversation with Ernest, and he put me on his list because he was out of them at the time. And this is what he calls the Enchanter Flute. What he has done is to take kind of the idea and the basic sound of a rim-blown flute, what I've heard called the basket maker's flute, or they used to call it the Anasazi flute, and that is not a very good term, I guess, for those people. What he's done is he's taken that concept and made it to a Native American style head, so that it's much easier to play. You don't have to make it make the sound. This does it for you. But he's tried to keep the overall sound and tuning as close as he can to those old rim-blown style flutes. I will put down, I'm going to guess this is made out of pine, but I could be wrong on that. I'll put, after I contact him, what the materials. This looks like a walnut on the little fetish block. Very short, slow air chamber because of how far the holes are. And here's what it sounds like. So that's the first time I've tried to play one of these. Has some interesting note placement on this. It seems that my rim-blown flutes that I own, along with one other one that has a design similar to this, it was called the Easy Anasazi by Stephen DeRuby. They all seem to be tuned slightly different. So it's going to be an adventure for me to investigate a little bit more. It's kind of a quiet flute, and I could have turned up the microphone a little bit more. Really nice sound though. I really, really appreciate the tone, the tonality of this versus the rim-blown flutes that I own and most of the ones that I've heard. I like the sound of this better than the other rim-blown flutes. So I will be doing a little bit more of a review on this later on, but I just wanted to share the unboxing and kind of the first impressions. I like it. I just found in the box, in the bottom of the box, something that I neglected to see when I first took the flute out, and that is a little booklet that Ernest sends with the flute called The Enchanter Flute of the Ancient Ones. And it's a little instructional booklet. Very first page shows a couple of different fingering patterns to use that he recommends to use on there, and that's something that I'll have to go over. Fingering patterns that I'm not familiar with right now, but I'll get used to that. Just a little bit about the flute itself, how to take care of it, a little bit about Ernest, and how the flute's constructed, and doesn't just tell what materials it is. I'm still waiting to hear about that. But a great little booklet to include with that. Thanks a lot, Ernest. Very thoughtful. And the little bag, very simple bag made of, looks like felt. I like the feel of it, and I like the way it just kind of folds over when the flute is inside. It's a very simple design. It's one that I tend to prefer myself. Great flute. So tell me down below what you think of it. Do you like the sound of these? Do you think, do you like the idea of having more of a Native American style head or mouthpiece end? But the head of the flute is made more like a Native American style flute versus the rim blown, which the rim blown you do have to work a lot harder at trying to make it make the sound. This does it for you and does a mighty fine job. Thanks for watching.